Fans are excited. That sentence is the most appropriate opening to describe what has happened in recent days in a residential area that has been known to be quiet, neat, and far from the hustle and bustle of the entertainment world. The family home of Cha Eunwoo, South Korea's top idol and actor, suddenly becomes the center of national attention. From early morning until late at night, the area around the house is almost never empty. Rows of professional cameras stood tightly on the side of the road. Microphones with logos of various television stations were milling around, and media crews from home and abroad took turns reporting on the current situation. This scene made the public wonder, what really happened to Cha Eunwoo's family's house every day filled with media crews? At first, no one expected that the situation would develop so dramatically. A short upload from local residents on social media was the initial trigger. In the post, several black vans are seen parked near Cha Eunwoo's family home, followed by a short caption that reads, "Looks like there have been reporters since morning." The post quickly spread, was shared thousands of times, and sparked wild speculation. In a matter of hours, the number of media crews increased dramatically. From just 2 or 3 people, it turned into dozens. From just a handheld camera, developed into a complete live broadcast equipment. Cha Eunwoo's fans, who had always known the idol as calm, polite, and almost scandalous, were shocked. Many admit that they are anxious, confused, and at the same time curious. On various fan forums, Cha Eunwoo's name topped the list of hottest topics. Some suspect that this is related to a large project. Others suspect that there are sensitive issues that are deliberately closed. The tension was felt even before a single official statement came to the fore. What makes the situation even more heated is the consistency of the presence of the media crew. It's not just one day of coverage and then it disappears. Every morning, before the sun is fully up, the camera is back on. Every night, the spotlights are still on, as if waiting for something that might happen at any time. Several journalists were seen staying overnight in their cars to make sure not to miss a single moment. For local residents, this became an experience that they had never experienced before. The normally quiet environment was suddenly filled with whispers. Neighbors who were initially reluctant to speak slowly began to express their surprise. Some say that Cha Eunwoo's family continues to go about their usual activities, despite being clearly distracted by the crowds. There are also those who say that the fence of the house is more often tightly closed, and security guards seem to be tightened. However, none of the information really answers the main question of the public. Why is all this happening? On the other hand, the reaction of fans is increasingly emotional. Many come to the site just to make sure of the situation. They stood some distance away, carrying small posters bearing support, hoping that their presence could provide moral strength. However, this situation also sparked debate. Some fans felt the excessive media presence had violated Cha Eunwoo's family's privacy. They called for media crews to stop the siege. The hashtag support for Cha Eunwoo's family's privacy also became trending, indicating how sensitive the situation is in the public eye. The tension reached its peak when a live broadcast featured the atmosphere in front of Cha Eunwoo's family home with a hanging narrative. The reporter spoke in a serious tone, as if something big was about to be revealed. However, the broadcast ended without clarity. It is precisely this vagueness that makes curiosity even more so. The audience feels herded in a tension that is constantly maintained, without ever being given a definitive answer. In South Korea's entertainment world, media presence in a celebrity's home is nothing new. However, the intensity and duration of coverage this time is quite extraordinary. Many observers consider that whatever the reason behind it, this issue is not trivial. If it is only related to new projects, usually the agency will immediately release an official statement to reduce speculation. But until now, silence has been the most dominant answer. This silence is interpreted manifold. Some see this as a strategy to wait for the right time. Others see it as a sign that the situation is more complex than imagined. Every hour without an official statement actually adds a layer of mystery. The media keep digging, fans keep speculating, and the general public gets dragged along in a stream of collective curiosity. Some entertainment analysts have highlighted how Cha Eunwoo's image has played a big role in the explosion of public attention. He is known as a near-perfect figure, alluring visuals, polite demeanor, stable career, and lack of controversy. When a figure like this is suddenly surrounded by media crews at his family home, the public automatically thinks there is something very important, maybe even worrying. This is what makes every little detail, every movement around the house, feel like it has great meaning. This situation also shows the other side of popularity. Behind the glitter of the stage and the glare of the cameras, there is a family that must face tremendous pressure. Many fans admitted that they were moved to imagine how Cha Eunwoo's parents felt, who suddenly had to live under public scrutiny. This empathy is mixed with anger towards the media that is considered too aggressive. However, amid all the speculation, one thing that cannot be denied is the success of this issue in attracting attention. Every report, every photo, every live broadcast is always flooded with comments. The audience did not want to look away, waiting for the moment when the veil of mystery was finally lifted. Will there be an official statement? Will Cha Eunwoo himself appear and speak? Or will all this end without a clear answer? Days went by, but the situation around Cha Eunwoo's family home barely changed. The media is watching, the fans are waiting, and the public is wondering. The tension created by this uncertainty is precisely the main magnet. Everyone feels like they are on the verge of a big reveal, even though they don't yet know what will be revealed. Ultimately, this phenomenon becomes a mirror of the complex relationship between celebrities, the media, and the public. Excessive enthusiasm, unstoppable curiosity, and increasingly blurred boundaries of privacy are mixed into one. Cha Eunwoo's family home, which was supposed to be a safe and private space, turned into a symbol of the price popularity had to pay. And it was there that the public paused, asking in silence. While the camera was still on and the microphone pointed at the fence, one question hung in the air, unspoken yet powerful. When all this attention finally subsides, will all that remains is an answer or an invisible wound? That curiosity has not been answered, and perhaps, precisely therein lies the reason why millions of eyes are still reluctant to look away. As night fell again and the light of the street lamps reflected in the reporters' camera lenses, the atmosphere in front of Cha Eunwoo's family's house actually felt heavier. Not because there is a big event happening in plain sight, but because of unnatural silence. There was no shouting, no commotion, only the occasional roar of vehicles passing by and the quiet whisper between the media crews exchanging guesses. It is this silence that actually makes the situation feel tense, as if everyone is waiting for a turning point that has not yet come. Some media try to extract information from nearby sources. However, the answers received were almost uniform. No confirmation, no refutation, no explanation. The agency is still afloat. No phone calls, no emails. This attitude triggers a chain reaction. Each medium begins to structure its own individual narrative, associating small pieces of information that are not necessarily related to each other. To the public, this feels like watching a huge puzzle put together without a guide. Cha Eunwoo's fans are increasingly divided in feelings. On the one hand, there is a great hope that all this is just an exaggerated misunderstanding. They assured each other that their idol all this time had proved his integrity. On the other hand, fear arises that is difficult to suppress. When the media is this aggressive, the reasons are rarely trivial. The fear is not always pronounced, but it is clearly felt in every comment full of anxiety. Some international fans even began drafting an open letter addressed to the South Korean media. The content of the letter is simple but firm. Stop the siege, respect the privacy of the family, and do not treat uncertainty as an entertainment commodity. The letter was widely shared, translated into many languages, and reaffirmed how much global support Cha Eunwoo had. On the ground, however, the situation remains unchanged. The camera is still standing, the microphone is still directional. What caught the public's attention were small changes in the routine around the house. A few days earlier, the fence of the house looked a little